Let's go to this chat now. The CEO of Vumacam, a company at the forefront of CCTV technology deployment in Johannesburg, Ricky Crook, says that they want the city to engage them on a framework that will protect the privacy of citizens. The City of Johannesburg has recently enacted a new bylaw designed to regulate the use of CCTV cameras throughout the city. For more on this, let's now bring in the Joburg Public Safety MMC, Dr. Mgcini. Tshwaku. Dr. Tshwaku, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. So one of the issues that Crook raised when we had that conversation with him was that there wasn't adequate consultation that was taking place. He says that even on one of the other occasions that had happened is that the draft resolution was shared with members of the public literally a day before a meeting was supposed to take place. What's your response to this?
Look, according to the report we got with our guys, first, sorry about that, and sorry, it's been a very hectic morning. Good morning to yourself and also to the viewers at home. Look, when I look in terms of the process established in terms, when you're crafting a bylaw, before it went to council, we found that everything was fine, everything was in order, and there was a public participation. There were questions that were asked by many stakeholders, including the Vumacam, and then the city, the public safety department, they did actually give them the answers. But Eldrin, I want to say to Vumacam is working with us. We've got a memorandum of understanding in terms of, we are getting a feed from them. They've got 6,100 cameras working with us. So all these communication channels, it's not all lost. Let's come to the table. Let's chat. Let us try to explain, the things if they are not cleared on something else. Because even if we have, done, the promulgation, but at least we are able to see, but okay, look, this one here, it might temper with A, B, C, and D. So it's not all lost. That's what I'm trying to really say to the Vumacam guys and all the stakeholders out there. Come through, let's chat, let's look at how, if there's any concerns, we can actually fix it. But the main thing from the city and then also public safety is to ensure that we have we know where these CCTV cameras are, and also in terms of the Appropriate Act, and in terms of the Appropriate Act, it's we actually find. So it's not all lost. I'm just saying that they can come through. Let us chat. Let us have this conversation. We are open. Doors are actually open.
Yeah, but is the bylaw now operational?
Yeah, it's actually been gazetted now. So from gazetting now, so we're going to establish in terms now of this implementation and getting things ready and all of that. But there's that period where you are able to really have the engagement, and obviously there will be things that are going to be coming through. People are going to be raising some concerns, some clauses there and there. But when I consulted, the director, because as I got into government, one of my first ones, the laws that I actually have to put, say no, there is a sort of, if maybe we are seeing that there is a concern. For example, other people did these videos, that we see posting people, the crime and everything, that we are not going to be able to post them. No, indeed. Those videos, you'll be able, to really post them out there, because they give us a sense in terms of what's happening to the country. It's not going to actually happen. And if there's another clause, probably that we need to have a look at it and check it, there is that period, before we can just say that, look, now we are like rolling it out. But when I asked my directors, say no, there is a period there where, it is it's in the gazetted phase. So they'll be like, maybe, can you give us a clarification? If I have a camera facing this way and this way, does this mean that, am I going to be, have to register and all those kind of things like that? But what I'm saying that I can say to Aldrin, it's not all lost. Vumacam and all the other stakeholders come through. We even said yesterday in the section 79, said there are a lot of questions coming through where we can have those conversations and we can review if there's the critical a clause, in my view, that maybe we feel that maybe it's going to hurt, in terms of the businesses and all of that. I think that us as a city, we're able to sit down and see in terms of how can we find each other. But the intent of this law is just to know, because everywhere, everywhere in the city, people are putting cameras everywhere and all of that. So we don't know what's happening. I mean, in the public space, when people have to put those cameras, they have to apply for a wayleave. So at least we have sort of an indication, but now we don't have a registration of this camera that are actually there. And some of the cameras, that private people are actually happening. Some of them are facing this public space, and then the people that are staying within the area have no clue. It's just to saying that, having that kind of an open, with your people around the area that, look, I'm going to put cameras in this way, and it's not going to be infringing on your right in terms of the private itself, because we do get those complaints that, look, there's a camera there, but this camera is facing my street, or is facing my house. So we are sorting things of that nature, but it's for us, it's just to register them, and then we know which cameras are there, and when there's a crime, at least we know that in that area we are able to really retrieve a footage into that area as well. It's not really to stop people from having cameras, but it's just for us, but to take stocks, what is there in public, so that we can able to really use. So, Aldrin, it is open. The guys can come through. I know that there's a lot of outrage out there, but we still we can sit on the table and see, like, what can we do? That's what we even communicated in the Section 79 committee yesterday, that lots of questions have been asked. We might even have to, maybe next week, issue a question and answer document. And also, if individuals, they want to come to public safety for a clarification, I'm the MMC, the HODs there. Let's sit down. Vumakem, I don't understand why we have to talk with them, over what you call media, because they have never called the CEO. I know him, the operation director. I know him. KB Ukabelo, that is working there as well.
Yeah, I totally understand that, MMC. Sorry, just a quick one. I need to move on to this part. So.
Okay.
So the city is requiring these cameras to be registered. How different is registering or getting these cameras to be registered that are in private properties, and how different is it, for instance, to a dash cam? Because a dash cam is also taking videos of a public space.
Yeah, look, those the dash cam, we are going to develop sort of a bylaw as well in terms of the regulation of that. But most
sorry, MMC, are you saying that you want to regulate dash cams as well?
No, like we're actually working now on the implementation of that, taking into account in terms of the the POPI Act. But in terms of the implementation, it's still in the initial phase, learning from the other places that are there, but it's still in the initial phase. But we're projecting that in the next 6 months or so, but in the next financial year, want to purchase them. So the group is busy with that now as we speak, in terms of when we introduce these these dash cams, what are the laws that we are going to that are governing it, or are going to contravene it. For example, we just heard as well from the union, if we're going to introduce that, there must be a consultation with labor and everything, then we must go to the mandating committee and all those things, because it's going to, it can be used in terms of the clocking system and, tracking the employees, where are they. So those are Aldrin. I think in the next month or two, we'll be able not to say that we are ready to really roll them in terms. It's going to be legally sound. Of course, the people are going to be raising POPI Act. You must ask me if you want to record me and all those things. So we're looking into that. Within the next month or so, the report is already ready. I can come back and tell you this is how we're going to be implementing these things. Because with the same thing that you've been raising as well. The people have raised, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
And just finally, MMC, something that has come up over the past few days is the agreement that you said that you're busy looking into with the Xolani Khumalo. To try and deal with the issues of crime in the city. We know that he is a murder accused because of one of the incidents related to when he was still a TV presenter on Moja Love, and trying to deal with the issue of crime in the city, or in the province as a whole, actually. Why would the city go into an agreement with somebody who's accused of murder to try and fight crime?
No, with Ukolani, I mean, I think that maybe this has gone out in a different way. So Ukolani, what is happening is that we've been talking with Ukolani since I've been working with him, if you look at my videos. So what I said to the media was to say to them that we are really exploring the ways that we could work with him. We understand that the matter is actually sub judice, because I can come back and say that this is what is happening, but people must bring a proof. Let me tell you, Aldrin, in confidence, I'm not, and I'm tetelele or, taking his sides and all of that. I'm saying that during operations, okay, for example, the other operation that we actually did, in many occasions, people, because we come in and we come into the area like that, people will say at the end, hey, you guys have taken my money, hey, you guys have scratched me and all of that, I'm going to go to the cops and all of that. But I always say to them, if there's anything that we did to you and everything, please bring some evidence, bring footages, everything. So unfortunately, with the ones of Xolani, is that, people came out and say, hey, you did this, you took my money and all of that. And also because of you, a person has died. So up until probably at that point, we can get facts and it can be proven in court.
But the case is brought by the state. The case is brought by the state against Xolani. So it's not just the allegations that are being made, but it's the state and the prosecutors that decided that they have sufficient evidence to take this matter to court. You are a public official who is actually supposed to be fighting crime as part of your portfolio. Does it send the right message to also use somebody who's accused of a crime of murder to assist the state in its fight against crime? Does it send the right message, MMC?
Look, at this point in time, the way myself and Xolani are working is that his foundation is giving us an interim. In terms of, they're saying to us that he's his foundation, not himself, because he's belonging to a foundation. So his foundation has been, they've got all, they've got, the spooks in the whole city. So in the operation, they will tell us that, look, there's something happening there and there. So we've been exploring as a public safety in terms of what can we do, because we're not paying him and all of that. How are we going to be working? Are we just going to get the information, but we're not, working with him direct and all of that? So we've been working in terms of those things there, looking at what you are really saying and all of that. So, but
he's accompanying you on some of these operations, but you're not working with him. He's accompanying you on some of these operations.
Of course, with all these comments that now have been coming up and everything, I'm just saying that Xolani is there. He's giving us this information. And also, I mean, he's got a very good information that is actually happening there, and saying that he has not been convicted at all. And most of the information that he has given us is a credible information and all of that. Probably it will be a different case when he has been convicted, that there's evidence that is that something that has happened, because I can say that he has done ABC and D and all of that. But it is point taken. But the thing is that we've been checking in terms, how can we do that? We've been working with him even the time, a year back, when, even in main operation that we've done, I'm a successes in Johannesburg, he's been actually there. So, look, we are just exploring now. We're checking, can we work with him? And what SLA can we bring? If we're going to bring him in, we must give conditions in terms of how the police works, how the state it works, so that you avoid all these things that you've been seeing and accusations and all of that.
And that is without payment?
So no payment. There's no payment for commitment, none whatsoever.
Thank you so much.